How many years was Stella at it? 30?
I'm sorry?
Like 30 years?
With her?
Well, in acting.
Well, acting with teaching and teaching, yes. The work of hers over that, my theater and her theater.
Yep.
But it's a theater on Argyle Boulevard, the first theater of Stella Adler. It's not that I just want to make it clear which theater it was. And that theater broke down. I told you I had 2 lunches.
Oh, we're here.
Dinner.
We're here. Awesome. So, hey there. We're going with Facebook Live. It's Saturday morning, and we're actually here with Arthur Mendoza.
Hello.
And he's an icon in the entertainment industry. He worked directly with Stella Adler, and he actually teaches classes at Santa Monica Playhouse on Wednesday from 7 to 10 with the Actor Circle Theater. So you can go to actorcircletheater.com and come out and have a free audit. But Arthur's an amazing gift to the industry. He's responsible for a lot of people being working actors. He's a go-to person. Even we're going to talk today about Michael Mann with the script analysis.
Huh?
And he's going to share today a little bit about Shakespeare, why it's important, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how he worked with Michael Mann on several of the productions that Michael Mann has done. And I've also included, if you guys check, you can look at the IMDb to actually check out if you're not familiar with Michael Mann and his work. We'll tell you about that too. But Arthur Mendoza, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And you know what I want to do, because if you're new in the industry and you're just getting involved in acting and you're watching all the new movies and the stuff on TV, a lot of times people say Shakespeare, and these young kids today, they go, who's Shakespeare?
One of the things you do in my classes is the first thing you take on is a sonnet. Now, why a sonnet? A sonnet doesn't have a character. All it is ideas. And if you can communicate the ideas in a sonnet, there's no character. There's someone you're talking to, and you figure out who you're talking to and what perspective, and you do it in a sonnet, you get the size. You know, everybody, I got to do Hamlet. You can't do Hamlet. You can't do that right away. You know, you can't ride a pedal car. You know, a beautiful sports car. You got to know how to run it. You got to know how to ride it. Shakespeare and sonnets is the beginning of teaching, and there's no character. You don't have to worry about Sir Toby Belch or any character. The burden of that character. You just get the opportunity to use Shakespeare's language, and it runs through you.
What would you say the benefit is for somebody that's new, that's looking at Shakespeare? I know when I first picked up Shakespeare a long time ago, I was too young and kind of naive, and I was like, do I say these proper?
I lost a student this 3 quarters ago who came, wanted to be in class, and I told his mother he has to get this book. I never heard from him again. I scared him. But you don't understand the parallel. These are big movies. Star Trek, all these
Game
of Thrones. Yeah. What American do you see there? Not one. Because we don't have that side. We don't look for that side. Some actors look for feelings. Feelings are as a result of what you get in the circumstance and the activity. You get that feeling of the character. You've got to learn how that character does it. But you don't concentrate on feelings. You don't concentrate on I want to cry. Or, well, how do I cry? Well, you can't cry. You can only cry when that activity feeds you. When you cry about that ring, when you cry about what you're doing, you got to figure out what the character is doing and why he wants that ring, why he wants that thing. There's always going to be something in an action that you can pick out in any character. You know, Indiana Jones. What is everything? The ball running, and he's all these obstacles, but he plays that. And I have an actor who does everything, in these blue and green screens, and he knows that I know how to do it. It's so easy because all I'm doing is reaching for my action, and the activity will give it. Find the activity.
Yeah.
Find the activity. You're sitting on set. They put a guy to, set your light. Don't do that. Let you set the light. You sit there and look around and think, what can I do as this character?
Maybe talk a little bit about the process. I know, let's pretend, I've never heard of Shakespeare, and
Right.
where I get a Game of Thrones script.
Yeah.
And I look at this script, and I think a lot of times, if you're not educated on some of these things that you're talking about, you miss the whole meaning.
We have
script.
an exercise at the end
Right.
of Technique 1. You have to sing a song.
Yeah.
And this guy came to my class. He and his wife were taking my class, and he was really big. He couldn't fit. And I said, "You got to come up to. He would wear flip flop." I said, "No flip flop. I got a shoe." He came in shoes with no sock, and that's them. So he couldn't fit. So he's sitting there, and at the end of Technique 1, you have to sing a song. And he came over during the break and said, "I can't sing." I said, "Okay, well, don't you know anything that makes sound?" He said,
Happy
"Well,
birthday.
what?
Happy birthday."
No, anything, and he said, "I do the shock. It's a New Zealand thing." And so he walked in my house. They had an office. He threw the script. "What the hell am I going to do?" I said, "What do you mean? There's this character. He doesn't speak any language we know. You can't say anything that we know. It's got to be an unaudible sound. What am I going to do?" I said, "Kick off your shoes, take your shirt off, and do your shocker right here in the theater, in there." And he did. I said, "Go in and do that." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, you love your flip-flops. You barely wear, shorts. Go in like that. Take off your shirt and do your shocker."
Yeah.
They quit the audition, and he got the character. He was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He was the White Queen's guy that he burned it.
And he's now playing Aquaman.
Aquaman. And he's a wonderful actor because I love him, and we get along great because he just throws himself. He wants to learn. He wants to eat it up.
Yeah.
And I adore him. And I wish I could see him. He's working. I don't want to see actors because they're working. Go work. Goodbye.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of actors that, it has to do with words, just like Shakespeare. There's a lot of people that judge
All right.
what is acting.
But,
so when someone tells them to sing a song,
but there's such a phobia about singing. Nobody sings, and Stella says you have to sing. You have to do whatever they say.
Yeah.
I'm going to work with a model who got a job. I'm going to see him move to. How do you move to music? Put music on. How are you going to move? He's got to move.
Yeah.
They might throw him. I gotta teach him anything they can throw at you. The course on a great show. There's a song. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Anything. I can do that. The more you can do, the more you're going to work.
Yeah. Absolutely. What do you mean? What do you mean by size?
Size is committing to things bigger than you.
Yeah.
Look at Rex Harrison. I mean, what's his name? Wonderful. He's in all things. He was in my God, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He's got size. They hired him because he's big, and he throws himself into it.
Yeah.
I don't know his training, but whatever he does, it works.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does, but he's a very underestimated actor. All those movies he's done, Indiana Jones, make me believe those things.
Oh yeah, Raiders of the Lost.
They don't. And there's that movie where he, with his daughter, he Henry.
Oh yeah.
That movie, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's small and little, and he lost everything, and he can't find everything. There's the other guy in Starman, that movie, Starman. The Bridges. He's amazing.
Yeah. Where
he's a guy from another planet, and he doesn't know what water is. He doesn't know what food. I believe that. That size comes when you completely commit to something. Glenn Close, Meryl Streep. Those people commit to stuff.
Right.
And when they commit, it's large, and we watch it.
Talk about the sonnets. What's the first step in it? When somebody gets a sonnet,
they're scared. The first thing you got to do is not be scared.
Talk about looking up.
Just look at the words,
yeah.
And they're going to scare you. I use a sonnet book that has the old writing.
Yeah.
Now, some people, there's old school and new school. The old school is up to the iambic pentameter. I don't fix on the iambic pentameter, but I see if you can find it, because you can find the music once you can understand what you're saying. Music to hear. Why hear music sadly? What does that mean? God, I hear this music, but why do I put the sadness out of it? There, I just paraphrased it. Phrase after phrase after phrase.
Yeah.
Take your time. You have to dissolve the ideas and put them right there. I have an actor who did that and kind of fought a little bit. I have a great actor who won't do it. And he sits there knowing he needs to, and he's stuck. I don't know why. I think he's a brilliant actor. He works. He's a brilliant actor. And I can't get him out of that place because somewhere someone told him this was hard.
Right.
I have a teacher, my teacher in school. I was looking, he had all those Shakespeare, the Folger, and I was looking at him. I said, "What is this?" He said, "Oh, that's Shakespeare. It's not really for Mexicans." And I went, "Oh, okay." But I saw it. So when I went to La Jolla and I played these parts and I had a poster and I sent it to him. I said, "Good thing I didn't listen to you. I'm in the poster."
Yeah.
It's because, and he's wrong, because Italian, Spanish, the Romance languages, those are more adept to us because we speak our languages we don't have that flatness. We learn that flatness. When you have rounded words and you're over expressive, you're weird.
Yeah, but you're actually alive, right?
People think that the way I talk is weird. One of my students calls me, and when he leaves a message, he makes fun of me. And now one of my students' girlfriend needs to learn that. She's got to play this part. She's got to have mid-Atlantic speech. That means she's got to finish her word. She's got to let words go up and down.
Right.
But I finish my words. That's the only thing I do that seems, and people think I talk British, and I don't. I was banged in for years. Speech. Oh, Edith Skinner. Study with her. The hard ladies.
Yeah.
My friend that lives in San Diego is an amazing speech and voice. That's all her. She just retired from Arizona. They lost a huge asset. She's speech and voice, and she's brilliant. And we work on that.
Talk a little bit about the Shakespeare plays and how plays are important in the process of acting.
Plays are so important because they're big conflict. Nothing's bigger than Hamlet. I've got a student who's working on it, and I said, "Well, why don't you go back to this other monologue?" He said, "I can't. That's I already got that in this. Can we go forward?" I said, "Sure." I said, "What else can I do?" I said, "Henry V. Do the speech when he tries to enliven his. You do that speech. You can go up in a starship and tell them where we're going with the Klingons. You can do that. The Klingons is Shakespeare. It's got to be that side, and you can work it out from the sonnet and turn it over to an audition."
How many plays have you actually? I know you put up quite a few plays yourself.
Yeah.
How many was that? You think 70?
Like 50, 58, 59.
Yeah.
In 24 years of owning a theater.
I went to
all by myself.
I went to go see a play with Al Pacino called Huey.
Oh dear.
And it was brilliant because there was actually no sides on the theater. He did it at the.
It's one person. Yeah, it was the great writer, Longest Journey of Night. Yeah. Yes, Huey. I've seen that play.
It was brilliant, and the way that he worked.
Where was it?
It was at Dorothy Chandler Pavilion.
I think I saw that. It
was amazing.
But it's just him.
It was mesmerizing.
In that rhythm, he made Huey him.
Yeah.
He made Huey him.
Yeah.
So I don't know who Huey was, but I see that Huey was him.
Yeah.
I all that movement that he repeats over and over. It drives me crazy.
I think a lot of younger actors today that what's the purpose of a play? And I think in a play you get these scenarios that show up in scripts and movies. It's like going to the gym, right?
It's like going to the gym. Shakespeare is the gym for actors. It's the gym.
Yeah. How do you feel that Shakespeare gives us size through the sonnets and the plays? Incorporating that into the process.
The sonnets are like the training wheels.
Yeah.
You put your training wheels on. You do a couple of sonnets. You don't get them, but at least you're in it, and you know how to look up the words on the OED, Oxford English Dictionary. That's the meaning. You look up the 1500, and the Elizabethan. That's going to be the meaning, and that's what you look up in the OED. You can have it I think it's in your computer.
Yeah.
I had a whole volume of it, and Lord knows where it wound up, but I had it.
Yeah.
And I go to the OED, and that's the authority.
What do you feel for, because we live in a society where everyone's got ADD, they're on their phones, they're
Right.
doing all this stuff.
McDonald's, yep.
What is the value of preparation as an actor, as you talk about these sonnets and looking up the definitions? Because I know a lot of people today, they just want to memorize the line and get the part. So talk a little bit about
I lose students because I won't let somebody come in and do scenes. I don't know what sides and scenes is going to help you do. It's going to give you bad habits. I have actors that I've never studied. Good, come. Good, it's better. There's no damage. They haven't done scenes and sides. I was working on an audition at Stella, and she saw. I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I have an audition." "Oh, let me help." I said, "Well," she said, where's the script?" I said, "I don't have it." "Well, you can't do this if you don't have the script." I said, "Stella, don't go. You can't go." I said, "Stella, I want to go. I want to make the money." "But you can't. How are you going to play the character?" "Let me see. It's garbage." Okay. And I still went. And I didn't get it. But she didn't want me to. You understand?
Yeah.
She was fighting for the total. You've got another character.
Right.
I said, it's impossible these days. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
So you hear actors say, "I don't know what I was doing in an audition, but I got it and I got a career." It's once you have this harness of a career, and people say, "Yes, you can do that. We will go see you," and you feel inadequate. You feel, Michelle Pfeiffer just admitted, "I don't know what I'm doing. I never knew what I was doing."
Right.
I don't know what it's good for her that could start to cleanse herself, but it's not going to help her.
Yeah.
Come and study. She can study. I love to teach her. She's not off very much because she's able to throw herself into these characters. I don't know if there's a difference in them. There's some things she really did amazingly.
Would you say that
Scarface? She was in Scarface, right?
As you look at as you look at preparation in Shakespeare and sonnets, do you see a difference in the longevity and the size of the work that someone's able to actually get as an actor? Maybe talk about that, like somebody that doesn't want to touch Shakespeare, and an actor that really works on Shakespeare, and now their range is so much larger.
Right.
Talk about that.
I think the two worst qualities in an actor is impatience and desire. It'll kill you. You understand? I want it so bad, and you break it. It breaks, and you want it quick. Let me do some side. Let me do something. I want to get this job. You're not a seal jumping for a fish. I tell everyone, when you get in this room, that is your time. You forget about them. You do your work and say this. I was asked to audition for a part, and they had already, he was trying to fire one actor, but he wanted to see me. So I was eating, and he said, "Here, do you still act?" I said, "Yeah, I can. Would you read for me?" I said, "Sure." I said, "Yeah. Can you come tomorrow?" I said, "Sure, 11 o'clock. So I got home, and there's a script on my doorstep. I opened it up, I read the damn script, and there was a great part for me. So I thought, okay, this is a guy who's a black vampire, but he's at a cemetery where his wife is dead. That was his world. And so I'm in the room, and I'm getting makeup, and the lady said, "You didn't put your underwear on." I said, "I don't want to wear it." She said, "Why?" I said, "This man wouldn't wear underwear. He takes off Armani clothes and just throws them. Gets another one. He doesn't worry. I gotta have that. I gotta have that. I've got to have that pants close." And the director said, "What's going on?" He won't wear underwear. He said, "Why?" I said, "He wouldn't wear underwear." "Don't wear underwear. Let's go." So we're walking out, and there was the writer come. "I got this small on. I wrote this, and I really want you to do it." I said, "Okay." They give it to me, and my dear friend, said, "He can't do this. You can't ask him to do it." I said, "I got a small part. I want to do more." And he laughed. And so I got there, and on the way from my dressing room to the cemetery, I memorized it, and it was a bigger part. It was a great scene with me and my friend.
Yeah. And
then at the end, when I'm killed, they did it, and we measured everything, and then the director said, "You and Lawrence just play." And so I said, "Come into me really close. He's killed me, and I'm going to thank you in Spanish." He goes, shit. And we did that. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. Like it was a release. I held his head very close to me in a real androgynous way and thanked him as the blood dripped down my neck. And it was great. They didn't use it, of course.
Right.
The censor said, no, we can't do it.
Yeah.
But I worked really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I loved acting. I think I really love it more now. But it's hard for me to work in the process of the business.
Yeah.
It's
What do you feel about the importance of training for an actor? I mean,
oh my God, I can't stress it enough. And I love. Stella said, "You're not going to act. You can't act." And I said, "You've seen me. You're a great actor. They'll never hire. They'll never hire you." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because you're too good for that." I said, "Okay, so I'm going to sit home being too good." She said, "No, you're going to do my work. You're going to take my work. You're going to earn your money for the rest of your life because you knew me. You're going to teach." I said, "I don't want to teach." I said, "Losers teach." And she smacked me. I said, "Why did you smack me? You called me no, not you. Those people who do a series and now they're teaching acting because they did it.
Right.
That's horrendous. That's horrendous.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you an actor. It makes you a thief.
Yeah.
A thief that thinks they robbed something and nobody knows.
Well, maybe they got lucky one time and they figured.
Yeah, and they think that
make money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's the importance of training. You know, you can do good work anywhere. I don't see soap operas as a horrible thing. I have an actress who I'm very proud of who does good work. I love her work. And she does the best she can. With that, she turns that work into a real, they've had her for years.
Yeah.
Because she's great.
Yeah.
And I adore her. She's a great actor. And she is working there. She gets to work.
Yeah. It's
hard to earn a living as an actor. And when you're young, I think when you're very young, it's very tantalizing because they want you. You're beautiful. Can you take off your shirt? Can you? Of course. So you're taking off your shirt and you're going to the gym and you think you're an actor. You're not an actor. You're sort of a journeyman. It's okay. It's good work. You do it. You do the best you can. It's great money. But to be an actor, to be a craftsman is another thing. And you can do work on soaps. It's not like evil. You can do good work. The point is not to get lazy.
Yeah.
Not to get lazy and not to get hard. Very, very hard to work. Those pages, they give you a lot of pages a day.
Yeah.
It's impossible to try to do good work, but you do the best you can. And I see actresses and actors that do the best they can.
Yeah.
It's a whole different horse. It's a whole different horse.
Can you were talking about pages and pages, and that reminded me of you had said you worked with Michael Mann.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how you got to know Michael Mann? Perhaps for the audience that doesn't know Michael Mann's work, maybe share some of those projects.
He's an amazing director.
And how you worked with him on scripts and working with actors.
I worked with, one day I was teaching class.
Yep.
And Benicio was sitting on the front steps of the theater.
Yep.
And I said, hey, what are you doing? I'm working over there. Oh, okay. I hugged him and he said, you want to come? I said, I'm teaching, but if you need me to come, you need a breath, you don't need me. You're trained to do this. Go there and fly. So I went there and I did go. It's like 11:30 and they're still shooting him. And Benicio was all this paper, the autobiography and all this stuff. And Michael said, what is that? He said, it's my homework. Who gave it to you? Arthur Mendoza. He said, I want to talk. He said, call me. And that's the Mohicans. So he calls and he knocks at my condo door and I open. He goes, hey, yeah, I'm here to see Arthur Mendoza. Could you call him? I said, that's me. It's you. And I saw him sit down like, oh, this is going to be 5 minutes. We're going to be done. So I said, what have you done about these characters? I mean, how are you going to give this character How are you going to lead these guys to those places? How are you going to let this woman betray everything she knows and love a heathen and go off the cliff? That's so much love that it can't be understood by now. Now can't be understood. I'm watching TV and they showed Arkansas. This was the place where they refused to take black students and they hosed them down. And now there's more black students there than white. You just got to stay in it. You just have to stay in it. I was sitting at a table, a beautiful table. One of the times I could sit. And I said, Scylla, can I come? She goes, yes, darling. I said, can I sit next to Marlon Brando? She said, yes. So he was there. And I'm sitting there going, Jesus Christ, I'm sitting next to Marlon Brando. And I said, can I ask you a question? He goes, yes. What's the key to acting? You were Stella, right? I said, yeah. Stick with her, stick around. You stay in line long enough, they got to pick you. And I went, wow. I stand in line. It's a different line. It's a line I didn't know I had that Stella knew. And when I work with Michael and talk about character, see, they write things, but it's hard to them to understand, how do I find this guy? How do I lead, Daniel Day-Lewis to an animal? He was an Indian animal.
Yeah.
Like he was like, and he flied like that. And Michael caged it and caught it. This was an Indian in love with a white woman. The biggest betrayal there could be for both of them. But they fell in love. Love breaks all rules. I didn't know I did, but I have one of my students takes me to a class, and I sit there and I'm excited to go. This is like, my brother said, how long can you see that monologue, the same monologue, in Orpheus Descending? Are you bored? I said, I would be bored if it was the same person doing it. But everybody that comes in front of me, there was, one actor made something funny that had never been funny. And he made it funny. I said, oh my God, that's funny. It could be funny. It's every actor brings his own gift, his own play. And anybody who really, really, really wants to be an actor, really wants, can do it.
Yeah.
I think it's great to have talent. I think you have to find your talent. I want to help an actor. It's like an onion. I want to peel it out, layer after layer, to see how much you truly want it.
How during Michael Mann's projects, talk a little bit about how you helped him work with actors.
We talk about. See, he knows about the shots. He knows what he's going to do. But I try to talk to him about what the characters want. How can he lead the characters in? All about the character. He has the best shot. Camera, everybody. You go to a shoot, and there are like 90 people, 2 people to run the camera, and 1 to make sure it's like there's like 80 people there, and the actor stands there. Can you move with the light? Okay, let's go. Go what? You have to know. You have to know where you're going. You have to know where you're at. You got to know your circumstance. You're gonna what you got to know what to do, so you can fill that place. There's all those people making food, light, camera, makeup, all these people, and nobody talks to the actor. I did a film, and the guy said, "Hey, can you come over here? We're gonna work on the scene." I went, "Oh my God!" And he said, "Let's run the line. Good, a little faster. That's it. Good." I went, and on the way, I got a donut, and I picked it up, and I took it with me. That's good. Keep the donut. And when I got another donut, he thought it was a choice. I wanted a donut, and all of a sudden, it became a choice.
Right.
Your choices. When I did deep cover, and I put my leg up and was sitting like this, I was trying to lure the cameraman. He said, "Can you do that?" I said, "Yeah." So I've got this. They've got this lurching back kind of seat with my leg up. That's a person who has no respect for where he is. He doesn't have to. He bought the whole thing. He didn't have to respect it. He bought it. my circumstance are told. When you look at a man like that, like people put their seat, they can on my in the theater because we don't have anything in front. But when I had the theater, take your feet off the front seat, take them. You know, I go to the theater, people put their feet up.
Yeah.
What is so needy that you got to put your feet up? You're at a theater, put your feet down. I don't understand. We're still in the movie theater. You put your feet up. Why would you do you do that at home? I have an actor who comes and he keeps putting his foot on my glass table. I said, don't put your feet on my glass table.
Yeah, what do you mean about circumstances? Maybe talk a little bit about that.
The place.
Yeah. Where
does the scene, where am I? I'm in a cafe. I just saw a movie yesterday where the whole a lot of the play takes place in a cafe.
Yep.
Where the kid wants something from his father.
Yep.
You know, and he's there, and I'm good. I just need $200. I just really need. He said, I can't give you that. I know what no, man, I'm good. I've been sober 5 days. I'm good. And he did not give it to him. And that kid was trying to show him, and he wasn't. He was tweaking. The father could see he was tweaking.
Yeah.
I had an incident where my brother came in and the police shook my hand. I knew what he was doing. He was trying. I said, I don't take crystal meth. You're looking for my fault. Okay. Done. That's okay. I'm fine.
Yeah. So what's a good first step for an actor to actually find a character?
Okay, read the whole script.
A lot of times people want to
read the whole script. In our class, what we do and in film, there's very little to go on. If you're really working with pebbles,
yeah,
to make across the river, pebbles. You got to look at everything he wrote about you. Where are you? Can you see where you come from? What do you do for a living? Where are you playing this scene? What does the scene have to do with what you say?
Yeah.
When you're on Star Trek and they're talking about Klingons, the guy, there's this command. You have to command it. You have to make believe that the ship will explode if you don't do certain things. Right. That's Shakespeare.
Yeah.
40 so and so, 40 on. Let's go. And then you put you're commanding. That's Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And if you go, yeah,
right.
Well, the ship will blow up.
Right. It's too late.
It's too late. But you learn that in Shakespeare. You learn where to put your hand. You know, you move your hands a lot. You know, I had an actor come in and do a monologue. And he said he worked on it. He did. And he sat there doing all this stuff. And I let him get on. I said, well, that's okay. That's what you worked on. I can't make him work. I can't make an actor work. But you prove to yourself how much you love it if you throw yourself into it.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I mean, don't you think it makes a difference in the process of acting if an actor goes in a room and they see the passion and the thought and the preparation in it, as opposed to somebody that comes in and just
and let me make a point.
Yeah.
You may do it wrong, but you did it according to what's written, and that's all. You did not lose the part.
Yeah.
They don't see it the way you saw it, and move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
I think there's a phrase you always share that if you were meant to get the part.
Oh yeah, I don't think you ever lose a part that was yours, ever. You never lose a part that was yours.
Yeah.
And you cannot do anything to change their mind. You know, you think of things like that wonderful movie Misery that Kathy Bates did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what was written for? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh yeah.
That would change. How's she going to take a knife and But that's what they saw. But Kathy Bates turned it around, didn't she?
Yeah.
And she turned it around hard.
Oh yeah.
But she can.
Right.
You look at her in anything, Titanic, anything you see her, you watch her. She's got a command. She is an actress.
Yeah.
A good actress.
Yeah.
You know, she's right up there. There's a great actor. There's a woman who's playing a woman of writing on HBO. Who's a woman that's very funny. She's very funny. She's a little overweight. Her husband and her, does a lot of movies. No, she's got the lead in a movie right now. She did a movie with the guy, and she took him over and took him on a long trip. She's really funny, and she does a lot of movies. Here I can't remember. I'm so sorry.
It'll come back.
Yeah, it'll come back. She's done everything. She's on every movie every time, and she's on Ellen all the time. They have a wonderful relationship. That's a great actress, if I could remember the name. But you can see and she's playing a very demure woman on this HBO series, that the woman cannot publish her own work because she's a woman. It's a different time, and she's going to do it, and she throws herself into stuff. Whether she's good or not, she's committed. I'll watch her.
I think
what?
Amy Adams.
No, she's very good too.
I think when you said throw yourself into something, talk a little bit about going into the uncomfortableness. There's a lot of people that want to be controlled and they want to come in with their own persona. And I think a lot of times, and you mentioned this the other day, somebody was trying to do something and it was uncomfortable to them.
Right.
But they went there.
Right.
And it worked.
Yeah. Because
if physicality.
In your craft, you should never be completely comfortable. You should always have that little jet thing that's gonna push you hard. You've got to tell your partner what you're gonna do. It's got to be spoken. There's no dangerous choices. You got to say, look, can I touch you here? I'm looking with an actor in the love scene. Can you touch her here? Can you move your hand up there? Can you bring her in from that place? You've got to talk to the partner, because it all should be trust.
Yeah.
And she should really.
And besides that trust and, making a choice and taking a risk and kind of going into that uncomfortable zone, like, what are some of the bad habits with actors that are, maybe brand new, or they've been around and
they
come
move,
into your class?
They move too much. 60 or 90% of my work is to stop people from moving. There's a camera. There's a theater. I don't believe it on camera crap. You know how to act, you know how to act. Stella said the instrument is like a gas jet. You turn it all the way up for theater and you turn it back down, and it should have the same stakes. I don't teach you. My actors are trained for film. I'm training them behind their back.
Yeah.
You can't move that much. You've got to stay still. The camera's not going to be on the floor. You look down, we lose you. You've got to look up. You're giving us your performance. You're being private in public. Extremely private.
Yeah. How do you think that's impacted actors that you've worked with when they've crossed that barrier from, they get rid of those bad habits and then they
I hate to talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
But Benicio, in his series of movies, he throws himself so fully in the. I am appalled at some of the things he has to do. But he puts himself in that place. This man killed my children. His children will die. There is so much revenge. You cannot have apathy for a man who kills people. You have to go down to his level, and that's what Benicio does. I'm doing this because you did this. Is it right? Is it revenge? Doesn't matter. His character's doing it. It must kill Benicio to shoot those kids. But he wants them dead, and he wants the man to watch it. This is the pain you caused me. Now we're even. And there is a vengeance and a intensity and a cleansing when they're shot. He's done his work.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to take in any consideration his feelings. As Benicio, he couldn't kill those kids. But as a character, he can. You will understand that man's vengeance from what that man did to him.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And he does it. You can't feel, it's great because there's characters that have to learn. The woman who's wonderful. What's her name? She's wonderful in the movie. Devil Wears Prada. She played the.
Must be Anne Hathaway.
No, in Devil Wears Prada, the girl who's the secretary, the British girl.
Anne Hathaway.
No, she's the main one. The British girl next to her. She's in Benno's movie.
Oh.
It's horrible.
Emily Hunt.
Is it Blood? blunt. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She plays this bitchy, cold secretary in Devil Wears Prada. Then she comes and she has to be she doesn't know this. What am I doing with this gun?
Yeah.
And then he said, here, you got to use it.
Yeah.
You got to step up.
Yeah.
And she has to give up all of her instincts, all of her empathy. She's got to do a job. When you're in war in the Middle East, they send a kid with a bomb because they know we don't have the heart to kill the kid. We've got to kill that kid because that kid is going to blow us up.
Yeah.
You got to think revenge from the character, not you, not your empathy.
As far as writing scripts, because I know that you worked with Michael Mann, and you worked with a lot of other people in the industry too.
Right.
What do you think for writers that are out there, if you're a writer that's watching, what do you think are the problems that the writers have?
When you have your script and you're done your script, write down on a list those 3 lists: what I say about myself, what other people say about me. Those are 3 lists. What I say about myself, what other people say about me. That's the world. That's the world.
Yeah.
And you will get a list of those 3 factors, and they will feed you something.
Yeah.
Benicio loves this technique. He comes in. He tells them it's the technique. Don't worry about scene. Know the technique. Know the technique. He says that when he comes to visit. He plays the most grotesque, ruthless man. That scares me, but I'm glad he's there to protect me.
Yeah. With writers, one thing came to mind. There was a class I took, and a lot of people in the class, they end up doing other things. I know there's people in class that want to be a director, they want to be a writer, they want to be an actor, and these days, successful actors are also directors and writers too.
Well, you've got to know how to act before you can direct.
Right.
You've got to look at the script, what those 3 lists, and you've got to take, when you write, what am I writing? What am I giving this person to do?
So would you say your class would be beneficial for writers and directors that don't necessarily want to act?
And that doesn't matter. You've got to talk to the actor.
Right.
You've got to have a conversation. You've got to talk their talk. And if your script doesn't give them enough, you got to give it to them.
I know a lot of writers and directors that take acting classes not only to learn the craft, but also because they're around other talented people that are working on their craft so that they can work on their projects.
It's important. I worked with directors who don't know anything about acting.
Yeah. And
they're mesmerized about what they haven't written.
Yeah. So there's 3 lists about every character? You said there's 3?
What I say about me, what other people say about me, and what the author said.
And what the author said.
Those 3, and what the author would be is the breakdown. What did they give you in the breakdown?
Yeah.
And then what do you extract from that? How can you take the things in the breakdown and parallel them to the things in the script?
And let's talk a little bit about what other people say to me.
Yep.
I'm imagining if you read the whole script, you get clues.
Yep. But if you're a writer, give me those clues.
Right.
If you're a writer, send me on those journeys. Look at your script. Oh God, a Shakespeare. All of a sudden, a character appears out of nowhere. They got lost. But that guy's got to play that guy and go in. And then he winds up holding Hamlet, the dead guy, and he just comes in to hold him at the end.
Right.
Nothing's perfect, but gee, many Christmas,
Yeah.
Where did that guy come from? Where has he been?
Yeah.
Why is he important to hold Hamlet as he dies?
Yeah. Which really fills out the whole life of the...
Yep, but you got to go with it.
Yeah.
You got to go with it. You've got to go. The script.
They just come walking in, you don't know anything. It would be like a comedy.
Well, there those actors stand. I see them. They're standing there. Action means do something. Yeah. Action means do something. It doesn't mean feel.
Yeah.
Do something. Action, not feel.
Maybe talk a little bit about your analysis with. I know you mentioned bad times at the El Royale.
It was a bad time.
Yeah.
Well, I was mesmerized. I'm struggling to get a script written in a little miniseries, and I think that whoever got all that money.
Yeah.
How did he do it?
Yeah.
I thought, okay, this is this is Beckett or this is some great style. No, there wasn't any. There was no content. And I saw those actors, and that one actor is naked. That's what we get. You know, he's naked. He goes to the ocean. Where did he come from? Where is he going to? And who does he know? That none of these characters connected.
Yeah.
They were all in there, in this like kaleidoscope of moment. But the kaleidoscope didn't take me anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't give us a kaleidoscope. You gotta take us on a journey. If you're gonna do Beckett, do Beckett. I don't know what that was. And I don't know why. I was just, you know, I was insulted by the guy's nudity because it was cheap.
Yeah.
He's a gorgeous man, and you got to see his butt and his back. Oh, but why? Why did he go to the ocean?
That just seemed like
when you go in plays, when you go to the ocean, that's man going back to where he was born.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I wanted to see and all the killing, the guns. I wanted to know why. I couldn't get on the train. Then I felt sorry for the actors. It's them. It's theirs.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not smart enough to understand it, but I understand a lot of styles of Elizabethan, Moliere. There's a lot of Beckett. You know, I understand those stuff. Take me on those journeys, but give me the roadblocks to take me there.
Yeah.
The guns, the killing, it wouldn't lead me anywhere. And then we go back again. They'd come back.
Yeah.
I was completely confused, and I was hoping constantly to get something out of it, and I couldn't. Sorry.
Talk about some of the new talent you see right now. Anyone that impresses?
Oh my God!
Anyone that impresses you? That's just.
I feel,
you know,
I feel ashamed that I don't know his name, but he was in this movie, Call Me by Your Name. Call Me by Your Name. That young boy was amazing, and I just saw him yesterday in Beautiful Boy. He's more amazing because he played nothing like that lost boy. That was the most beautiful movie about human sexuality, male sexuality, which we never deal with. You know, we go with women, you know, we deal with some part with women. That's unfair. We have very, very rigid ways of seeing women.
Yeah.
I think because they're men, direct them a certain way. I mean, this boy in Call Me by Your Name, it's amazing what they both did. They both were amazing. Hammer, his name is Hammer. That they were both together. They were amazing. I can't stop watching the movie.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yep.
And Armie Hammer.
Yep.
Timothy Chalamet. Yes, I've seen him twice in Call Me by Your Name, and I saw him on Beautiful Boy. And Beautiful Boy is so exquisite, and it hurt me because I have a very dear friend to my heart who's struggling with the same thing.
Yeah.
So it broke my heart. It broke my heart to watch it.
How about some of the actresses right now?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Like who have you seen lately that?
I like all the women in the HBO's. What's that? HBO's. What's it called? HBO series on women.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That with the man brutally doing what he did, and the women get revenge. It's not revenge. It's that they settle the score.
Yeah.
You know, women right now, it's a horrible time. It's a very important time for them because they're turning something. Something in this country is turning. That woman was not listened to.
Yeah.
In a board of men.
Yeah. So, you know, we talked a little bit about, you know, good scripts, good stories, good actors.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you get a script like that one bad
Okay.
times?
Well, that you know, you can. Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
A good script, you got to live up to it.
Yeah.
If I got that script with those two boys and Call Me by Your Name,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would know what to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do because it has so much.
Right.
Where do you frickin' start? How does that man not coerce that boy and let that boy come to himself?
Right.
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
you know, when you're gay, you need this almost like a godfather,
Yeah.
a parent to introduce you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So you're just out there, and that boy had a transition. And the father had also had a transition. That scene with the father at the end, and that boy sat there with the camera on him. And I saw everything. He called. Was he married to a man, or what he called on the phone? And that's all he left it with.
Right.
But he gave him that moment of transition. He permissioned himself. They went away. They were together.
Yeah.
This is what you can't have. You can't have it with me. But this is what he gave him permission to do it. Yeah. And the father recognized it. The father said, go. The mother and father knew that. And some people said it was a horrible movie because the boy was so young and it was, you know, pedophilia. It wasn't. That boy wasn't seduced. That boy was permission. The word was permission to find himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't put over. He wasn't a seduced, wasn't taken over.
Yeah.
But if you have let's go to a bad script.
Yeah.
A bad script is almost better because you can do anything you want.
Right.
And if it's bad, you don't let them know what you're doing. It's good. You're going to do that, and I'm going to do my stuff. And it's a bad script. And if they let you do what you want, you can do anything you want. That gives you freedom. It's really bad.
Right.
Throw yourself in it.
Yeah.
You know, Al Pacino did a movie, and he was brilliant. And it was called Author.
Yeah.
It was about a New York playwright who dates this broad, and she has a lot of kids, and you know, then she leaves, and we got these kids.
Yeah.
And he can't act with those kids. Those kids were amazing, and they sat him down and made him really be there, and nothing else.
Right.
There was a scene where the little kid was standing there ready to pee. He said, "Well, go ahead and pee." He said, "I can't. I'm Spanish." Yeah, that was the best thing.
Yeah.
And he went, "Okay." It was amazing. Author. I own it somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's like amazing.
Yeah.
You can't. I did a pilot. After the Cosby Show, they put some money. I did a pilot in Florida in August. Outside.
Humid.
In a bee suit.
Armpit.
In a bee suit.
Right.
I played a pre-owned car, and you had a bee suit in August.
Yeah.
In August. There was a fan just to cool me down. I was sweating balls and everything. And I go and the lines went out. I was like, "Hey, babe," and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And but I learned a lot. I met this woman who was playing my wife.
Yeah.
And I kind of got to say, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, we had 6 because we have 3 kids. We got to be husband and wife." "Oh yeah, but I feel we got to be husband and wife."
Yeah.
We got 3 kids.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just uncomfortable. Well, what are we gonna do? I grabbed her anyway.
Yeah.
But I kissed her on the cheek. I had to have an intimacy that she wouldn't have.
Right.
And I'm going like,
Yeah.
She didn't want it.
Yeah.
And he was a funny guy, so I got to be funny with her. You know, I couldn't break her down into being intimate.
Yeah.
I don't believe we made anybody believe there was a relationship. And the pilot got canned.
Yeah.
You've got to start with the relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at even crazy stuff, Friends, Will and Grace, there's a relationship.
Right.
There's relationships. How do those people afford that apartment in New York?
Right.
That's like a $5,000 apartment.
Right.
What do they do?
Right. Everything.
And there's no black or Puerto Rican in anywhere. They're not anywhere.
Right.
It's white people in a big white house with no blacks and no. You can't swing a cat and not hit a Puerto Rican or Dominican in New York.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think relationships are super important because they fill out the story and
They do.
characters. Yeah. How do you deal with another actor who is uncomfortable with the scene?
What you do is your job is how can I make this personal so comfortable that they'll give me what I want? Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's not about you. If you have the technique, how can I give that person so much? How can I help them? But if you don't have the technique, you can't help them. You spin around them like a spider. You spin around them, and you make them so comfortable. What can I do to help you? And you don't tell them. You just do it. Right. You don't talk about anything.
Right.
Hey, can I pour you coffee in the scene? All right, I'm going to pour you some coffee. Is that all right? And you just start doing stuff.
Yeah. I'm
going to read the paper, and you just start doing stuff, and they feel more comfortable because you've done something.
Yeah.
Directors don't talk to actors.
Yeah.
They don't know what to say.
Which again builds the relationship.
Yeah, but they don't know how to help you. They don't know how to help you. Yeah. The thing that I am so admiring in Michael, that he cares. He cares what actors do. He cares, he cares to figure it out.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to hire me, but he does. Yeah. And we work on character and how this person can get the, he doesn't, I'm not, his advisors are the final, I work with what he gets, but he chooses. And sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
And I adore working with him because he is, as you see his film, he's the most intense man I've ever met. And he does everything. His hand is in everything. He is meticulous.
Yeah.
Miami Vice, a meticulous movie. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it very much. And I loved Last of the Mohicans. That's a classic. Last of the Mohicans is something. The actor. Talk about the actor. The actor's job is to create a character, as I said, that is giving, able to create to the other actor. What can I do to make the person I'm working with more comfortable? That's your work, without telling them.
Yeah.
You have a kid. All you have to do is give them the opposite to give them what they really want.
Right.
You trick them. Your job is to make the scene as good as possible by doing as much as possible to make the person next to you comfortable.
Yeah.
Figure them out. Listen to them. Watch them. See what they're scared of. See if you can make them at ease. Your job is to do the work. What are you laughing at?
Oh, just it was.
Go ahead.
It was funny because, I have a daughter, and she was uncomfortable. She got a little weirded out in her thinking, and I started kicking a little, the little things that fall from the trees. They look like little circle cones.
Right.
I just started kicking the cones with my feet and making a game out of it.
And she stopped.
And she totally got distracted and started laughing.
But see, you did something.
Yeah, right.
You did something. What you can't with children, you can't lie. With children, you can't lie.
Right.
When I was on that pilot, the kids, the little boy, the mother loved me. I love those three kids. I have to love those kids because the woman wasn't playing.
Right.
She didn't like me.
Right.
And I think that the thing I can because we didn't connect.
Yeah.
There was nothing I could do. There was something about me that she didn't like. I think one of the things is the director kept talking about Stella Adler in my work. I said, don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Stella Adler. Don't make me something she can't touch. And I think he did.
Yeah.
Too hard. Because I told three of them to audit. They didn't audit. They don't want to be actors. They just want a job.
Yeah.
They want a job because of money.
Maybe talk about staying outside your head, because this is funny because that little kicking was a simple thing. And the other day I was talking to a manager and they said, well, they go out for a part. We don't tell them.
Right.
We don't tell them it's a series regular.
No.
Thing. We don't. We don't even tell them they're going to producers.
Right.
There's some people that want to meet them.
Yeah. Don't put. You can't. People say, I want my child to. Don't train your child.
Yeah.
Your child is fine. They're playing a child. The things that they teach kids how to indicate. Oh, mom, that's
what I'm saying. As adults, I think we overthink things. Like kids, at least have the ability to play and to just play an open channel.
That's what you should do. I have two actors working in three actors working Orphans, and it's incredible to see the three of them interwoven.
Yeah.
And when one says something, the other they're like a type Rubik's cube, like Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
They're like that, and they're twisting, and sometimes they're wrong, but the thing changes, and I never know what they're going to do.
Right.
And one of them is very violent, and I'm always afraid for the other one. And they work it out. You have to get hurt, but it looks like I think, oh God, what's he going to do?
Right.
Because in the scene he's supposed to beat the hell out of him, and it's hard to watch. And I know he's safe, and I know the actor's fine, and they've worked it out. It's still hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's still hard to watch.
Cool. Well, I think one of the things we need to talk about is people can find you at the Santa Monica Playhouse.
Yes, I work every Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m.
7 to 10.
You walk in the courtyard, up the stairs. I'm the only acting space on the second floor.
Yeah, and you're also available for personal
Yes,
coaching.
for private training.
If anybody has any projects, script
Director,
analysis,
anything. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't really. I think, and a couple of students have comment. I really don't think I train actors as much as I train artists.
Yeah.
I train them to do everything. One of them is doing a little film. Good. He showed it to me. I said, this is wrong. This is unbalanced. This balance is wrong. And he'll change it or not. I don't care. I'm going to tell him, and I give him input.
Yeah.
But he's doing something.
Right.
He's doing something. He's going out of the boundaries of what we're doing. And that's what I want him to do.
Yeah.
I want him to direct. I want him to act. I want him to produce. You know, it's a young people's thing. I have actors that are better than some people that work.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to get them to work. I'm not connected. I'm not, in the biz. But I love them dearly, and I'm there to support them.
Right. So people can come and audit.
Yes.
You guys can come out and audit Wednesday.
7 to 10.
From 7 to 10. You can go to the website actorcircletheater.com, or you can message Arthur if you find him on Facebook or on Google somewhere. By all means, give us a call. Come
Please.
out, audit the class for free. Come and
You're welcome to see what I do.
come and take a look at the magic that's happening. It all comes from the heart. I know that Arthur has this huge, I think within your work and how you work, it all comes from the heart, because if you don't have the heart in the relationship, then what do you really have?
I guess that's very well.
Yeah.
It's like going to the theater. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I won't drink Diet Coke. I got a little too excited at one time.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Where's he? He's not coming. Right? The pieces for the night. It's like a play.
Yeah.
Every class, because who's going to go? Why did he go up? He didn't work. Okay, I'm going to tell him that's nice. Go home.
Yeah.
Work it out. He knows he didn't work.
Yeah.
I can't make them work.
I think it's the heart that not only shows with your teaching, but also in your students. When you look at the students
Have
their
heart.
Their heart is in it, and
Yep.
and that's really what
And
brings life.
one of my students gave me the biggest compliment. He said, "I don't train actor. I create arts."
Yeah.
And that's what Stella did, and that's what I hope to do in all my work. She taught me the exact exercises. In fact, the last time I wasn't popular with the circle of people around her. Stella loved me, but I'm not good with those people. And so her nurse was a lovely black woman, and she called me and said, I said, yeah, all barracudas are gone. Come see Stella. She's sitting by the pool. I said, okay. So I ran up there to the house. She was by the pool. She hugged me, kissed me. I said, how are you? I said, I'm good. Are you working? You're teaching, right? I said, are you doing the French embassy? I said, yes. And the Italian guard, you're using those people, right? You clothe them, right? You give them all the period clothes. And I said, yes, I am. And I hugged her and kissed her. I said, goodbye, Stella. That was the last time I saw her.
Yeah.
And she thought I was still teaching for her. And I went, I had long gone away. Cool. But anyway, I'm still teaching. I love teaching. And I invite you, please, to the Santa Monica Playhouse, 1211 4th Street. I'm upstairs waiting for you. Please come and audit. Any Wednesday, 7 o'clock.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot.
You're very welcome. And thank you for doing this.
We'll do this again, and everybody stay tuned in. If you guys could put some comments down below, that would be great. If you want to share this,
I'll read them.
Yeah, and if you're students, send us questions. Any question is a great question. We'd love to respond to you, and it really means a lot for you guys that are watching, that you guys are tuned in. So hopefully we've inspired you to get a little bit more into your heart and take your career to the next level. So have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
How was that?
It was good. There's a little bit of unfocus in the middle, but it was good.
Because of the questions. I feel like the transitions weren't there.
Yeah.
I got to work on the transitions. It's not ask questions to Arthur. It's got to be like that guy on UCLA.